My name's Terez Vanpelt. I'm a skill development trainer / coach, founder of TVP Academy, TVP basketball.
Shout out to you, man. This is Coach's Corner, episode 2. We're going to just get straight into it, man. So when it comes to training, what is your main training philosophy when it comes to training players?
When it comes to training players, honestly, it's more so just simply about them learning and having fun.
Learning and having
fun.
Like,
did you learn something? Did you have fun? That's the basic approach. And then just to kind of further that, it's just having them develop as not only players but people.
Yeah, that's real, because that's a lot of stuff that you hear about. Because, I played sports growing up. Clearly, you played sports your whole life growing up. And a lot of people that don't play sports, they don't understand that, playing sports, it's not about just trying to go pro, go to the NBA. It builds character. It builds a lot of stuff from sports. So I'm glad that you said that type of stuff, because, a lot of people think that, it's just a game of basketball. It's it's deeper than that, man. It's deeper than that.
Yeah, for us, we try to focus on, the game of life.
The game of life.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, for example, if I have somebody from our program, we want to be able to brag on our program and not just say we got this player to play Division I, but we want to be able to say this player, came from us and now they a real estate agent. Now they, is a community leader. Now they, is a Senate. You know what I mean?
Right,
so those is bragging rights too. Not just the game of basketball. To be quite frank with you, teaching the game is the easiest part. Mm-hmm. But if you might need to, helping somebody with their confidence, or having a player be more humble, or helping them with their emotional intelligence, or conflict resolution. You know what I mean? Those things are the things that we really like. All right, we got to do our homework. We got to read a little bit on this, but how to shoot. It's super easy. That's the easiest thing to do. That's form shooting,
No, I mean, even, you bringing that up, because even what we're seeing right now with players, even because I'm pretty sure you graduated 2011, right?
Yeah,
yep, because we're the same class. So it's when we look at what players get now as far as opportunity when it comes to technology, social media, getting exposure, it's we got to handle them different, because we didn't have that. You know what I'm saying? And now it's me, even with the position I kind of got now, and I feel I just want to help play. I feel players in high school right now, they should be getting media trained and getting interviewed in high school. They need to get the training in right now, because this is where it really starts now, especially, like I said, with everything, how the thing's going. So I say that to say, when it comes to coaching, do you think, high school, specifically, do you think it's a coach's responsibility to help his senior players get to college and get to the next level in life? Or do you think that's just, how do you feel about that?
Me personally, I say yeah.
Okay.
Just because, the reason why I got into training to begin with, I love the game of basketball. I'm passionate about it. But I also come from a background where I feel people was one mentor away from achieving their ultimate potential. You know what I mean? Yep. So if you can, if it's going to take you just to send an extra email, send an extra email. You know what I mean? Because you sending emails about other stuff. You know what I'm saying? So put that extra energy and effort in there if it's going to be able to help change a player's life. Why not? I just don't know what else I'd be doing in my time. If I got time to go to a bar or whatever the case may be, I definitely got time to help this player out. I got an extra 30 minutes out the week to help my players out. So I say yeah, because when you talk about our philosophy, one of the things that we say as one of our statements is help players succeed. And we keep it vague. We keep it, general, because when it comes to helping a player succeed, you might be helping them with everything.
Right.
You might be picking them up. You might be dropping them off. You might be offering granola bars. You know what I'm saying? You might be helping them in every way. So I don't know. I would say yeah. If I'm in that position to help, I'm helping, regardless of how they need me. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, I agree 1,000%. And that's one of that's gonna be a normal question I have for everybody that comes on here. That's gonna be a continuous question. Is it because we come from the era. I mean, everybody's coaches was different, for sure. But unfortunately, a lot of coaches, and I'm not trying to throw shade on no, but maybe it was just different. Maybe they were taught different. You know what I'm saying? So no shade to them, but it just happens to be we come from an era where it was hard to get game tape unless you had somebody record your games. It was hard to get it, and I'm glad to see a lot of players now get that opportunity where you can go on there. You can so shout out to Huddle first off.
Yeah.
You can go on there. You could literally type in. You can get the real game film. I like highlights. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
The game film is like what you really want to look at. The full court. Let me see everything. I don't want to see you just looking cool with your shoes on. You know what I mean? I want to see everything. So I feel like it's some good stuff when it comes to that. But,
100%.
Yeah, always. So when it comes to like training players and stuff, because every player is different, every human is different, every approach is different. Do you have like certain approaches you take when it comes to players? Like for example, have you ever been like training like? Because I know it seems like you do like kind of groups, right?
Yeah, we do groups. We do both, private and group. But
private and groups.
Yeah, we do both.
So has there ever been a time where like you're training like a certain group, and it's like clearly you got people's mentalities are different, where you have people that are in here and they're hungry, they're passionate to get it, versus you got like maybe one guy in that group that you could tell in your head that you could tell like you don't really want it. Like how do you approach that?
Yeah, I'll say like, it's our responsibilities as trainers and coaches to like help players fall in love with the game.
Right.
You know what I mean? You got to help them fall in love with the game.
That's real.
One, it can be exposing them to all the different opportunities that the game can provide. You know what I mean? So now that player within that group who is not taking it serious, maybe if you give them a little bit more background and information on how it can impact them and change not only their life, but potentially maybe their family life, if they put in that extra 30 minutes a day, I think then it'll start to click. So you got to just basically make the game relevant and real to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And also, too, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, people just think like we just throwing out, cones and doing basketball drills. It's like, some of these players find their identity with us. You know what I mean? So I can have a kid that's getting bullied in school. All of a sudden, I got a pro that's training before him. They get a picture. He take it, post it on social media. He now the popular kid at school. He's no longer getting bullied anymore.
Wow.
Now he can reference, hey, I know such and such. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So people don't think about all these different life like benefits that training have as well. So to answer, it's a long-winded, answer, but
no, that's good.
In short,
yeah, that's good. Yeah.
It's really like it's educating. Educating like and being able to help them further fall in love with the game. Like that's why you should fall in love with it.
No, that's deep what you just said. Like, cause that right there, a lot of people don't even understand. Like, you installing confidence in players.
Yeah.
Like, I remember one of my favorite coaches, Coach Malik Davis.
Yeah.
Coached at Central.
Yeah.
One of the he probably don't know. I told him he probably don't remember, but it's like. Certain coaches, when they do certain things, it installs confidence, and it's like, damn, he think I'm that cool.
Yeah.
Maybe I am that cool. So it's like that's just real, man. And that's always needed and stuff like that. Man.
Yep, 100%.
So like, where do you see like the future for TVP Academy, man? Because like, I ain't gonna lie to you, everybody is, because like we live in this era where a lot of people cry about support and this and that, yada yada. Everybody is getting behind this. You know what I'm saying? Everybody supports you. You've always been a positive dude. Always put out positive energy to the world.
Yeah.
So, like, where do you kind of see the TVP Academy going to be in the future? Like, what's your kind of goal for it?
Yeah, I think, it'll be more so like we going to just keep building and turn into like, I'm trying to think, do I even want to reveal it?
Yeah, I was going to say.
I don't even know I want to reveal where we going with it for real.
Okay.
But just put it like this. We really want to hold our hats on education and athletics in general, not just basketball.
Okay.
If I can keep it in short.
Okay. What kind of like, because I know like right now you kind of, because like, how long has it actually been like TVB? Because I know you've been training.
I've been training for a while.
Years. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like, how long has it actually been TVP Academy?
Yeah, so TVP Academy is actually new. That's our facility.
That's the facility.
That's the facility. You know what I mean?
Yep.
There's going to be resources that come with the facility. Okay. So that's new. So that's 2024.
Brand
TVP
new.
Basketball is since 2018.
2018.
Yeah,
okay.
And then I've been officially training since 2016. So
yeah, and like tell people a little bit about your basketball career too. We're gonna shed some light on that, like because I know you played at Concordia. You know what I'm saying? So like shed some light on that. Your career after that too.
Yeah, like I played basketball at Osseo, you know what I'm saying? And we won a third place game against Creedon Hall. But we had a really good season that year. We was 29-3. And that definitely helped prepare me for college. And then I ended up going to Concordia St. Paul, which is Division II here. and I ended up being the second all-time leading scorer, and would have been first.
You the second time all league scorer?
Yeah, I would have. Nah, hold on.
What?
Listen. Based on how based on my career and the trajectory of it, I would have been first by 500 to 1,000 points. I went from averaging 19 to like 10 my senior year. We got a new coach, so that slowed me down. No disrespect.
Wow.
We had a winning season. We was seniors. So we were just ready to win. So we honed our, you know what I'm saying?
You just sacrificed for the better of the team.
We went down in points. I don't know what we really just locked in defensively because that was our identity.
Right.
That was the only way we was going to win. But me going down in points didn't help the team. It's just that we was mature enough to say, all right, this offense thing ain't going to be, you know what I'm saying, what it used to be. Well, we can at least play defense. And then we started winning off that, and we was like, forget it then. Come on.
Just do that.
Everybody eat. Yeah, because it ain't like I averaged 10 and then somebody else on the team averaged a dub. Right. Our highest point per game score was my boy Nooney Omot, who playing overseas right now. He averaged 13.
So y'all had a whole – see, that sounds like
it changed.
A U.S. Olympic team. Like, that's how the U.S. Olympic team points per game be looking. It's like everybody's not going to drop a dub when – everybody on the team is capable of dropping a dub.
If I'm keeping it 100 with you, it's just because he put 2 posts in the middle.
Oh, okay. So he kind of messed it up a little bit.
That's it.
Because I was definitely following you for a little bit. You know what I mean? I did my little 2-year JUCO joint. I came back and I was watching you. That's what I was. That was your junior year, right?
That was my senior. Junior year, I averaged 19. Sophomore year, I averaged a dub.
See, that's crazy.
Senior year with my previous coach, shout out Coach Bo, who gave me an opportunity and really honestly changed my life. But under Coach Bo, I probably would have averaged 25 to 28.
Bro, I never knew that you was the lead scorer over there. That's, and I know you from AAU. That's why I was like, shout out to my dog LD. He the one that even because he the one that reason why me and he the one why me Martin even played for Ferry. I know Martin was on your actual team.
So I remember that.
Yeah, I remember all that shit.
St. Paul,
man. For real. Because I just remember all those times. I was like, we used to, because we traveled together. So I used to be like, used to watch y'all games and watch, Q and them played. And you know what I mean? I used to be like,
lit.
Bro, really?
Yeah, we
it's
was
like
lit.
that. You know what I'm saying?
We was lit. And I'm going to keep it 100, bro. Like, and I love the opportunities that the players have. But just speaking on me as a person, my game fit today.
No, I definitely
my game fit the highlight reel. Because if you ever watch me play, everybody know, like, I'm going to have at least 3 plays that's
quick,
crazy.
Flashy.
That's crazy. That's going to at least get you some views.
You know what's funny is random. Like when I was, because we do the TCS Radar podcast, and we always be trying to profile players, and even we're about to get into this thing where we profile old players.
Yeah,
like players from our class or whatever. And I look at your game, and because I didn't see you play, and let me know if you agree or disagree.
Okay.
I feel like your game style when it comes to today's game, it's like a Colin Saxon type of game.
Okay.
Or like a Darren Fox type of game.
I can see it.
You can see that?
I can see it.
Yeah.
I can
it's
see
like
it.
Real electric, wiry, fast and shit. But it's like you still gonna play D, you still gonna do everything else, and then you got the intensity. You bring
I'm a little more shifty than them though.
Definitely.
I can dribble better.
You think you dribble better than them?
Yeah.
Hey, stand on it.
I can. Like honestly,
you can say that.
I can east west better than them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I came up where like. Yeah, I love Iverson, but I love hot sauce. So I love hot sauce. I love Ayo. You know what I mean? I love sick with it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like I can eat. Yeah, I'm like a lot of people don't know. I'm originally from Chicago. You know, I'm from the projects in Chicago, from the hood. So we walk around with a basketball. So when you see somebody, you know, you might ask them for $2. They like, all right, let me see if I can steal the ball from you. Right. If I can't steal the ball from you, then I'll give you some money. So that's how I grew up. I walked around, my fingers black.
See?
Dribbling all day, every day. We walk around in Chicago. We walk around.
Is that kind of when you picked up the love for the game and shit like that?
Yeah. Like my neighbor, it really come from my brother, to be honest with you. He was a big Allen Iverson fan, but not only that, he was ahead of his time in my neighborhood.
Okay.
So like my neyborhood is called Allgale Garden. So that's where Tim Hardaway played basketball. The OG Tim Hardaway.
I was going to say Tim Hardaway Jr.
Yeah, I had everything. Yeah, we got Terry Cummins too. He played with the Bucks.
Yo.
You know,
light-skinned body.
Yeah, he's from the Gardens.
I didn't even know that.
He's from my neighborhood.
There, okay.
Yeah, they actually got a camp going on this weekend. So like that's really how the love of the game. Like my neighborhood, like people hoop. We love basketball in my neighborhood.
Oh, that's dope, man. That's dope. Just hearing that backstory, because I didn't even know you was from there. You know what I'm saying? Like you just said, like for real. But
100%.
just kind of moving on forward. Just like I'm looking at the game today. Still, like, what's your opinion? Because like on AAU right now, do you think AAU is hurting the players now? You think it's too much basketball being played, or what's your perspective on that?
Man, I would say, like, I'm not going to try to act like I'm no expert and not be dissecting AAU. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because I understand the benefits in regards to exposure, but then I also understand that, it might be a little bit more from a capitalization standpoint where people is charging, and numerous around to play with the team and to enter the games. As well as the health concerns in regards to, a lot of American rookies who come from that AAU system. Sometimes they do get a lot of injuries when they first get to the NBA. Look at Zion. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of basketball. So now you gotta, I just think it should be some type of governing body.
Okay.
Of players.
Players, not the coaches, not people.
I mean, you can have some of them in there, but I just think players got a good perspective. Just people who care about the game,
exactly,
and care about the product, not just the profits.
Not just the
care
profits.
Care about the product, not just the profits.
Yep.
And I think that you will have a middle ground where you can still do good business because now it's a shoe brand. AAU is shoe brands. Under Armour, Adidas, Nike,
Puma now.
Right now you got a Puma circuit. So now it's really more so about shoe brands. So it's just different ways you can make it better.
That's crazy.
Start by reducing some of these tournaments.
Yep. And
start there. Start right there.
Bro, I'm like, it's a tournament every weekend. I'm getting to the point like you said, we played for the same AAU program. There was not that many games like this. Like it'll be like maybe 2 tournaments, maybe. In the summertime, we might get maybe like 2 tournaments a month, 3 if it's like August and the shit about to end. We got a whole bunch of tournaments, but I swear to God, it's like every tournament, every weekend it's a tournament, tournament. I'm like, are y'all even practicing?
And I don't mean no malice by this, but maybe it should be some type of qualifications to even start a program. Or maybe not start a program, but maybe like you only can play in certain tournaments or something like that.
I agree.
Because AAU at some point used to be like for the top players. It wasn't as many teams. So it's like
you had to make a team.
It's right. If you ain't make it, you didn't make it.
That literally.
If you ain't make it, you ain't make it.
If you played AAU, what you just said, and
man,
wow, no, you brought up something.
So
one of my homies brought that up. He literally just said on shout out to LD. He said his theory, because we was talking about this a while ago. He said he thinks that a lot of teams being started is because people aren't making teams and their parents are trying to be coaches.
Yeah. But I always go with this saying. They say that the pathway to hell is paved with good intentions. So you can have good intent, but it still might not be the greater good
for everybody,
for the whole. So as a parent, you want to give your kid an opportunity, which is amazing.
Right.
But now you also probably giving them a false sense of reality with where their actual skill set at. It's beauty in adversity and in challenge. So maybe now that you got the money to just start a team, that kid don't know what it means to cry not making a team and go the whole summer practicing, hit the weights. Now they like, oh, my dad gonna start a team. And now they don't put the same work in. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So maybe you start a team.
It's like
next summer.
It creates some type of entitlement, false entitlement.
And it creates false entitlement. And then you got a false sense of self because now you the star on this new team he built.
Right.
Remember, you didn't make a team.
You didn't make a team.
But now you become the best player because now that's your dad's team for you. They running every play for you.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And now you got this internal.
It literally can fuck up. It can. It's almost like you're pacifying them. You can almost you can ruin a kid's mentality by doing that.
It's hard, and then it translates down the line. Now it's kind of hard. They don't take constructive criticism well.
I was gonna ask you that. And I swear that was like one of my next questions. It was gonna be like, do you deal with stuff like this? I know you coach. You deal with players.
Yeah.
Players are people. People have personalities. We're all people. What's like one of your pet peeves when you're trying to teach a player something and something do you deal with that type of stuff often?
Me personally, the reason why I primarily focus on youth just because they're sponges and I like to actually teach the game.
They want to learn.
They want to learn.
Yeah.
So I'm not a big fan of dealing with ego just because my mannerisms don't match ego.
Yep.
So like if I got a player, let's say it's a top player and they don't really love the game like that.
Mm-hmm.
With me, I might be like, yo, weak ass. You know what I'm saying? I might do that to them.
Right.
Man, you're not even all that.
Right.
I might say that. And they might be getting 100 million. But if I don't think you all that, I don't think you all that because I got certain qualifications. Like, what's your attention to detail? What's your focus? Did you get here early? I got these different metrics that I might be grading you on. And if you don't meet it, but just because you drive a Rolls Royce, you still might not meet my metrics.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So, like rich cornballs.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You rich and all, but you
still corny.
Exactly.
It's not going to change nothing.
Exactly. So, so that's why I love the youth. I'm not saying I don't work with college and pro guys, but...
Because I was going to ask you that next. Like with this, TVP Academy, of course, the youth is always going to be here because they always what's up next. They always are going to... It's always going to be kids. It's always going to be people getting older. You know what I'm saying? Do you ever see yourself crossing over and trying to train professionals or train, college players? Well, you have to train college players. Yeah. I was gonna say you still do that, but like, do you ever see yourself going over to like the pro side, being like, what's my guy name?
Phil Handy or something?
Him, lethal shooter, dribble too much. Any of them dudes.
Yeah. I was saying short, like, it's about relationships.
That's real.
It's about relationships and it's about the situation.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So like, a lot of those guys probably got a personal story on how they got to where they are. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Whether it was like, let's say for me, I trained Anthony Edwards' son. Mm-hmm. Now Ant want to get extra work in. Now instead of coming to the academy, he invited me to the Timberwolves. And then a relationship. So it got to be an organic. It's always a backstory.
Right.
You know what I mean? And at the same time, I don't want to alienate the people who got me to where I am. That's the youth got me here.
Right. So
you
still gonna
always.
Be, that's real.
Always.
That's real right there.
So, so I ain't never gonna, alienate my people, and my people is the youth.
Right.
You know what I'm
saying?
Like
I know you still you don't want to say certain things about the future for it, but like is there something you could tell like as far as like outside of basketball, what other resources that you plan to do for the youth and all that, like that you got in mind that you kind of ain't done yet, but it's still brainstorming in your head?
Yeah, I mean, one thing that we gonna add is just some of the new technology to help players recover. You know what I'm saying, like your Norman Tech compression leg sleeves to help with some of the swelling.
We never had that.
Ice
baths.
Yeah. So we want to add some of those resources to help with that component, the physical health component.
Right.
But then we also want to get some people in there that talk about mental health. We want to add mentoring services in there. Maybe we might discuss business etiquette.
Okay.
Maybe we might discuss, how to conduct yourself when you're being asked certain questions. Maybe we might discuss even, budgeting. Like you might get your NIL money, but if you only can show for it a new car and tattoos, you failed. Your budget ain't right.
And I want your opinion. I'm glad you said that. I want you to finish your point if you have more. But I definitely wanted to ask you, like, how'd you feel about that? Like the deals, the college money that they're all getting. Do you think? Because like we come from an era where you already know where it's like you grind your hardest while you in high school, college, so that way you can make it to the pros. Mm-hmm. Nowadays with the Instagram, with all the instant gratification, all this all this distractions. It's almost like, do you think that the NIL money that they're getting could potentially hurt their passion on wanting to grind hard to get to the league?
Potentially it can, but I think like my background is in education. Like I went to school to be a teacher.
Oh, okay.
And so I believe in just like information is key. Like I'm a knowledge is power type of guy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm pro player. Right. Getting paid, you know what I'm saying? I mean, because if we go back to the other way, and this is how I look at it. Look at Greg Oden. What if he would have got 2 M's? He deserved to have reaped some of the benefits of his hard work. He's been popular ever since he was a freshman in high school. Why wouldn't we want him right now to be living well off of what he did at Ohio State? Yep. So I think about those things too. People just quickly say like, it's going to take the passion away. It's going to take this. Look at all these guys who could have been or should have been, and they got hurt their rookie year. Well, what if they would have been able to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and then
we talk about that too.
And then we also talked about people like not finishing their degrees. Now, if you don't have to quickly run to the NBA, you can finalize and get your degree and stay all 4 years, as well as we may potentially have a better NBA product.
Right.
Now we got 21-year-old rookies that had 3 years of college because they didn't have to hurry up and run there. And they also might be better at managing and handling their money when they get to the league because they come from money now.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of things. I just think it's always like it can't never be too far left, can never be too far right.
Gotta just
find a middle ground because at the end of the day, I would hate if they went back to not paying players.
Yeah.
That would be the worst.
That'd be the worst.
That would be the worst. I'd rather deal with these players that's getting money and helping them with the budgeting and helping them understanding, like, keep the main thing. Because I got players that I know, like, okay, they might not make it to the NBA, but they work their tail off. I think they still deserve $500K out there.
Right.
I think they do. They got shin splints. You know what I'm saying?
They put their body through a lot.
They put their body through a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They coming home, D1, they coming home twice a year.
I see in your family, people, loved ones dying.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you sacrificing a lot.
You're
right.
I've been home for 8. You know, out the year.
Right.
You know, less than that, I'm probably over exaggerating.
Honestly, because like the real, like when you like a D1,
that's what I'm saying.
you not coming back like that, bro. Like,
so,
yeah.
I think they deserve something. I just say, you know, how are we educating these players? How are we preparing them? How, back to what we talked about prior, how are we making them fall in love
with the game?
How are we making them fall in love with the game?
That's real.
But it's a slippery slope, so I don't got the answer.
Right. That was the honest answer. Like you said, it's like it's gray areas that matters because like you bringing up, you know, the Greg Oden example. That's a great example. Like Greg Oden is one of them dudes. I remember this fact since I was a kid because I read it in the magazine. Dude never lost a home game in high school his senior year and never lost a home game at Ohio State.
See what I'm saying?
And then like this, when you think about that, like
crazy.
He lost a home game in 2 years,
Crazy.
and then he was. Look who we got picked in front of.
That's correct. Think about this. Let me knock on some wood because I don't want to put you know. Although he benefited already with his shoe deal, and I think he got his. I don't know if he's on the second deal. I think his second deal, Zion.
Oh,
what
yeah.
happened to Zion is never right again.
Right.
You can't tell me that Zion didn't turn up Duke. How much? And then too, they would never expose, and it's like the business side of things. Like, they do this a lot, too, with NBA players. Like, Jalen Brunson, take less money. No.
I hated that.
Talk about how the Knicks made trillions.
Right.
And you telling me to take less pennies.
Yeah.
Because my millions, compared to the operation that's paying me, it's pennies.
It's pennies. It's not even close.
It's pennies.
The owners, they know what's going on. Yeah.
So I'm thinking about, like, how much did Duke make off Zion? How much did Memphis make off
Derrick Rose?
You know what I mean? Like,
I swear to God, Memphis had to make way more money off Derrick Rose during that time than I think Duke made off Zion. Because like, let's be honest, who was Memphis? Who was Memphis and who was Memphis after he left for 1 year?
Crazy.
That was a crazy run.
Crazy.
Mario Chalmers, I still hate you for that. I swear to God, bro. Sharon Collins was different. He was different. And I was they had a squad over there. They had a squad over there for sure.
From the west side of Chicago.
Yeah, Chicago. I knew that.
From the south side. So he didn't have no intimidation factor at D Rose. You know,
he was like, we got this, yeah.
Smack them.
And he was stocky too. He was different for sure,
Can't
man.
body him or nothing. Crazy.
Man, so yeah, you watch a lot of Minnesota basketball. You're around a lot of Minnesota scenes. We've been bringing this up on the TCS radar often. That's going to be an ongoing thing on there. Is Minnesota a basketball state?
Yes, I would say. And then when you compare it, the way I like to look at it is like if you compare it in regards to population size. So don't compare us with California.
Population size, I like that, yo.
Because California, they got 22 million people.
Mm-hmm.
So they 3.5.
We got like 5, right? No, we got like we got like 5, 6, right? Yeah.
So you got to compare us based on the people that's from, you know what I'm saying, 7 million on down. That we're the number one state.
I agree with that. I like that. I like when you look at the amount of players because like we're making this list right now. You're gonna see it. Comment on it. Give your post. We definitely do the top 25 from play. So like this is how we did it. Players from Minnesota that played here.
Yeah.
We're judging their high school career, their college career, and their NBA career.
Okay.
So you have to be in the NBA. So that's why, like, you know, if we just would have did local, a lot of people would have just been like, oh, well.
Yeah, right.
So basically,
you
we don't
know. The pros.
Exactly.
Now, overseas, NBA.
NBA.
Gotcha.
NBA. I don't care if you got drafted and you didn't play. As long as you got drafted, we can still put you. We can measure the scale on that type of spectrum. Yeah. But we doing that as a top 25 list. I'm gonna post it later on today.
Yeah.
So just make sure you get your comments on there, because people, I know there's a lot of people gonna be like, "What the hell?" Like,
I think Minnesota is in a good space right now. It's just more resources. Like, it's people that want to, you know, like push the game forward.
Yep.
You know what I mean? As well as, you know, we got local legends like Brian. You know what I'm saying? I played with him when we were the Eastsiders.
Then you play for the Eastsiders?
Me and Ant Lee was on the same team.
I was just about to say, yeah. So you probably know Ant Lee, and you know, did you know Harfield, my brother, and Harfield?
Against him.
That's RP to my brother, man. RP,
played against him, but he was a dog. He was a special talent.
Ant Lee was nice too. That's my nigga too. Ant Lee was nice. Yeah.
But really, my point was that you got like local legends with connections to people that are making it to the NBA.
Right.
So once Chet, Jalen become all-stars, now they come back, they can pay it forward. You know what I'm saying? About having camps or engaging in all these different programs, whatever the case.
Because it was Team Sizzle that they played with, right?
Yeah.
They played with Team Sizzle.
But it really, what I'm trying to say is, your culture of your state start top down. So when you think about Seattle, you quickly think of Jamal Crawford.
Yep.
It's the top down mentality. You think about LA quickly. You got Rico Hines, but not only that, you think about James Harden. Russell Westbrook. It's a culture that they create where your top high school guy, they getting that motivation like, oh, I know Russ.
Right.
I scored 3 times on him. So now they get in high school like,
I can score on
Russ.
Yeah, exactly. I see what you're saying. Yeah, it's like, yup. That's like, yup.
So it's cool to have Ant, but Ant quickly going back to Atlanta.
Yup.
We need somebody
that's
putting on like.
Who do you think that could possibly be?
Potentially. I mean, whoever would want to, I think it got to be somebody that's connected to the inner city. Period.
Inner city, I like that.
Heart.
I like that.
You know, but and this is another topic for another day. Basketball is becoming more
global.
It's becoming more. I don't want to use the wrong word.
Corporate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I wanted to say suburban.
Yeah, but that's
I wanted to say suburban.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yep, resources.
It's becoming that. You know what I'm saying?
It's just damn near political. It's damn near political. It's always been political when it comes to the city, of course, and the suburbs. When you look at, I got an older guy I'm friends with on Facebook, and he's like deep into the city, the St. Park rec leagues, and he just be telling me, he just be posting this knowledge and just be posting, damn, so this is the budget of the suburban, and then the inner city has to pay this to rent out this amount of space. Meanwhile, the suburban only have, and it's like, it's really like some political shit where it's like they're not giving them no money to do nothing. That's why this, and then, you know, St. Paul Rex is on like, I mean, they're on strike right now. So,
but this is my thing though. I think it trickled down even to the mentality of the kids in the inner city, and that's why I say this. Back in my day, if you had a free camp, no lie, I can't make this up, you would have 80 to 100 people trying to attend.
Facts.
If I go to any hood, this is how I feel. This is my time being in Minnesota. If I had a free camp, I think I had 10 people, 8.
That's crazy.
I can't even offer free training in the hood and have people sign up. I just think the mentality ain't there. But I think if I go to the suburbs and do the same thing, I'll get the 60 people. I don't know where it's coming from.
Yeah, I was gonna say, well, like, what do you? Because I ain't gonna lie to you, I kind of agree with. Weird, I agree with that. There's a lot of stuff where it's like maybe it's pride or if it's like I don't know what it is, because I've seen it before. Where, for instance, I remember when. And this is just like an example of what you just said. It just reminded me of something. I remember when I was younger, we was in high school. I had a homie. He played at like the rec leagues. He didn't play organized ball. He couldn't, you know. And I always tell people, just because you're good at playing that does not mean you're good at playing with a coach and a system and you can run the plays, remember the plays, all that. Good. I remember he used to make fun of people that paid to have trainers. And I used to be like, why are you... And when you saying that, reminds me of that. I'm like, why are you mad he got a trade? It was about Tyus, because he knew Tyus. He used to say, oh, Tyus, this and that. He's only good because he's running off screens. And I'm sitting here like, yo, bro, I'm like 3 years older than this kid. He's He's different.
So it goes to my point. Lack of education.
Because I'm sitting here, I was confused with. I had to like try to tell them. When you try to tell them, it's like they look at it as like a weakness. Like, well, I did it on my own. I got it off my grind. I'm like, so you mad at him because he had a trainer, had more opportunity? Level of ignorance.
It's ignorance.
It is, yeah.
It's being naive. You know what I'm saying? A lack of wisdom. That's why I say I hang my hat on the education part. Because some people probably don't even know the benefits of what I can do for them.
And that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
They probably like, forget him. He don't know what he's talking about.
I don't need no trainer. I'm going one-on-one.
All right, everybody you done trained. I've seen them keep on prospering and keep on striving. What's the one boy from Columbia Heights used to always train?
Terez Brown.
Terez Brown. Does he like? Cause like you worked with him like from like what he was like a sophomore, freshman?
No.
It goes back.
It goes back to probably like 5th, 6th grade.
Well, that's different right there. Cause I've seen him. I'm like remember seeing him.
Yeah.
Like, and that's why I like watching high school players. Like, you know, now that we older, we could just sit back and kind of observe and analyze it. I'm like, he went from like a quick, fast guard, and then now he got bulky, and now he's jumping. Like, that's why I'm like, that shit is amazing. You know what I'm saying? So like,
we've been at it for a while. You know what I mean? That's my dog. Like,
shout out to him, man.
Yeah, I love T. That's my brother for real. But yeah, man, he just kept growing, kept going. And then he hit a growth spurt.
How tall is he? About 6'4"?
Yeah, but he would dunk you though.
Man, I see, man.
Only in the game.
That's what threw me off because I went to like one of his games senior year. I'm like, dog was not. He was. Dog got like when I saw him again, I think it was like post y'all was working out. It was like maybe a couple months ago, and I'm like, damn, that's him.
Keep getting better.
I'm like, that's good. How many? Side note, how many years he got left in school? 3. He got 3 more. Yeah, that's good then. That's shout out to him, man. Yeah. But no, I ain't asked you this. What kind of made you? Was there like a specific person, or did you have like a dream one day when you woke up? Because you know you've been training for a minute.
Yeah.
What was it when you was like, man, I need to make this shit official? TVP. Like, what was it?
Well, I ain't gonna lie. I give the credit to one of my mentors and brothers, Chauncey.
Okay.
On Hoops and Christ, and he really kind of showed me what it means to share and collaborate versus competition. Okay. He never wanted to compete with me. You know what I mean? And I was in his field of work, and he was just so resourceful. I could ask him anything, and I'm talking about he's telling me what to do in the first 3 seconds that I ask, no matter what it is. Mm-hmm. Like, hey, bro, can I need a gym to train at? Huh, bro, here go my key. Bro, how you get your website? Oh, yeah, look up this. Well, how you buy your t-shirts? So I never had nobody show that much love, even though we in the same line of work.
Right.
So that let me know right there, it's collaboration over competition.
That's real.
Everything about collaboration. So I kind of pay it forward, and that's what I do. I do a lot of showing love, giving back. If you know, you know. If you use me, you use me. You know what I mean? And you can always hit my line and ask me about anything. So he definitely kind of showed me that. But I got to shout out with the twins.
Shout out to the twins. They big, influential figures when it comes to basketball.
I actually was thinking about writing my own book, The Power of Mentors. So I got a lot of people that did a lot. Like I can list them all off. Like Q. You know, over here in St. Paul,
talking about Q that be at boxing. Yup. At Fairview.
It's a lot of people like my coach Ben Davis from Fury. It's a lot of people.
Yo, how the hell has Ben? Who's he coach for now? Who's he coach for?
He's coaching college.
Yeah, he coaching college. That's what It was funny. I think I forgot what happened. I was with somebody and his name had came up, and I remember I was like, bro, I remember when it was a Fury story. I was like, I remember when we had girls in the room and he called. Yeah. Shout out to Ben, good dude, man.
I got a lot of people, bro. I got a lot of people in regards to not only even why I got into business, just why I got into training.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I never really got into training for business.
Yeah, you got to. It was a passion. It was a passion that you love to do, yo.
Just helping and loving to teach, and being a point guard, just the way we think the game and all that talking. And now I'm in a position where that's acceptable now.
Right.
Like, you can talk to me, like say whatever you need to say. So yeah, that's kind of how I got into it, though. Really, just came from a good group of guys. You know what I mean?
That's real, man. That's real. All that, because it takes a village, man. And I saw some dude say on social media, he was like, well, what if the village, I ain't gonna say the word he said the R word, what if the village is slow? You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the positive village that put you on the right path, because all those dudes you named, the ones that I know, those is real knowledgeable dudes on the game, and you could tell that you follow suit into what they was doing, and you definitely carved your own lane. So respect to you for sure, man.
Let me add to that point though. When he said, what if the village is slow? One thing I think people got to do, especially like black men, I think we got to use life as our mentor too. You know what I mean? So like, even if you seeing wrong examples, it's power in knowing what not to do too.
Yeah, facts.
Now you can go research other avenues and ways because you already know what not to do.
What not to do, right? So find out what to do.
So find out what that lets you know. Don't go that route.
Yep.
People will say, "What if the village is slow?" And then they'll do every
thing
slow thing that you know what I'm saying. So it's like,
it's like
you bugging. You know,
it's almost like complaining without a solution.
Exactly.
It's like, oh, it's raining outside.
Yeah.
Well, you better try to figure out what you're gonna put on your head when you go out. Instead, you're gonna go out there mad and just get rained on. So yeah, it's definitely like that, man. But no, man. In closing, man, just what's something that you kind of just really want to embrace when it comes to the TVP Academy? What's like and I already kind of asked you that before. You kind of already said it, but like just something in closing.
Yeah. I mean, we always say, like one of our statements is like find what matter and focus on what matter all the time. You know what I mean? It's more so one of those things like whatever your passion is, prioritize that. But, prioritize it in a way where, like, it's holistic. So what I mean by that is, like, let's say if I'm an athlete, or let's just say I'm me right now. I'm me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta prioritize my relationship with my family. I gotta be there for them. I gotta prioritize the relationship I have with the players that I train. Prioritize my business, prioritize my own health.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like find what matter to you. I mean, it's a bunch of different things that should matter to you, and then you treat those things like well, and you nurture those things and grow in all those different areas. And then that's how you live a life of purpose.
That's real.
Because it's a lot of times where we might have a player, they might nurture their game. They might, they know that's one of their priorities, right? But then they don't pray as much. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe they lack character. So they really, really talented, but they low on character, where you still won't make it because it's a few doors that character gets you in. Talent don't.
Yep.
Talent you can show once you get through the door. So we need, like, I always tell people, like, we got talent and we got character, and they both supposed to go up parallel. You can't have one. You can't have that teeter-totter. You know what I mean? So that's what I say.
That's a real gem right there. I'm going to clip that. That's going to be the promo clip right there. That's a real gem, man.
For sure.
But no, man, appreciate you coming, man. We definitely going, because, I'm doing content creator. I might have to do a pull-up, and I'll pull up on you while you at TVP and just get some footage. I know you got your crew, camera crew and all that, but I want to do some stuff and like where I just do an in-person interview where we just kind of just walk around and just see everything that's going on, just bring more exposure to it.
Yeah,
but man, appreciate you pulling up, man. This is a Coaches episode 2. Shout out to TVP Academy. Be on the lookout for everything, man. We out.
Yes, sir. Yeah. I had a podcast too.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that, like, cause y'all was doing up a sports thing. Why
you
too busy? Yeah.
This shit is this will be the job.
Yeah.
Train or podcast.
Yep. No, you're not lying, bro. That's why I had to go all in. I had to tell people like